Hi, hello children. Welcome back to Krushi School. This is 10th Biology. As we are continuing our chapter like heredity from parent to progeny. So Mendeleev experiment we have gone through it. So there was one more assumption or like one more experiment what he has done. Here you can see in the page of 175. Um, so the color of the peas yellow and green symbolically indicated as capital Y and small y. Next, here one more aspect is there that shape of the piece, some of the seeds were in round shape and some of the seeds were in wrinkled shape. It was symbolically indicated as capital R and small r. Round in the sense R, wrinkled in the sense small r. So the plants with yellow and round seeds, the plants which are in yellow color with round seeds, okay, they are called as the pure, and they were crossed with the plants those are having green color and wrinkled అంటే like ముడతలు రావడం. Okay, so the shape is not exactly in the round. So here two are present. One is capital Y yellow color and one is round shape capital R. Green color small y and wrinkled is small r. So capital Y small, capital Y capital R, capital Y small r. So all the pea seeds that are in yellow and round, each pea will have factors capital Y, capital R and small y. So the pea plants which are in yellow color and in round shape, they are having the two factors. Okay. Which factors they are having? Capital Y, small y, capital R and small y. Since yellow color and round both are the dominant traits, capital Y and capital R. These are the both dominant traits. That's why in F1 generation you can see only yellow color seeds and with round shape. Okay. Now there was a self-pollination between this. So here you have to observe one thing. There is also small y, small r is present in this generation, but they are recessive traits. They are hidden inside. They are not expressive outside. That's why when self-pollination has taken place between theirs, he got F2 generation like yellow and round, that is yellow color, and some are with green and round like small y, small r, and some are yellow and wrinkled. Yellow and wrinkled are also present, and some are green and wrinkled. Some are yellow color but wrinkled shape, and some are green color and wrinkled shape. Okay. So actually the green color seed was having wrinkled and a green shape and wrinkled, and yellow was having round shape. But here yellow color is present with the wrinkled shape. That means there was a uh, the the hidden character that was present in F1 generation, wrinkled shape, has passed in other generation. It was not visible in F1 generation, but still in F2 generation, you can see this character out. Now, Mendel propounded that among a pair of closely related alleles or factors for a character, alleles is nothing but like a factor that is present in the character trait. So, otherwise, you can say like it is present in the genes. Only one express itself in the first generation as one of the allele is dominant over the other. Here, a round shape and wrinkle shape are called as the alleles. Then what is happening in F1 generation? Only the round shape as dominant the wrinkled shape. Understand? Two are present. Two are present, but still only one is expressive, one is dominant. So, this is so evident that it came to be called as Mendel's law of dominance. This is called as the law of dominance. That means only the dominant traits are expressive. Recessive traits are hidden inside. He also stated that every individual possesses a pair of alleles, assuming only a pair is present. For any particular trait, that each parent passes a randomly selected copy of only one of these to the offspring. So here you have to remember one thing, that every individual pair of alleles will be having possess a pair of alleles for any particular trait. So here two alleles are present, but still only one will be passed to the next generation. The offspring then receives its own pair of alleles for that trait one each from the both parents. This is what Mendel's segregation and law of segregation. But the offspring, what is they are receiving? Only one pair of alleles. From the mother, one pair of gene. So one pair of character, and father, one pair of character. That's why you can see in the F2 generation, one allele is yellow color and one allele is wrinkled shape. So yellow color wrinkled shape seeds are also present in the F2 generation. Is it not? In F1 generation only we have seen that yellow and round shape, yellow color round shape seeds. But still in F2 generation, yellow color is one allele from the parent and green color, wrinkled shape from other parent. So these two alleles, yellow color, wrinkled shape. So offspring was possessing two alleles from both of the parents. So this type of is called as segregation, law of segregation. In F2 generation, you can see the law of segregation. In F1 generation, you can see the law of dominance. Mendel explained the process of inheritance of more than one pair of characters. This law is known as law of independent assortment. So he explained the process of inheritance. Inheritance means acquired character from the parent, right? Acquired character from the parent. So it was not only one character. More than one character it is acquired from the parents. That is inherited. So it is called as law of independent assortment. We will learn more about in the further classes. Okay, this one. Now next. Traits that may be passed from one generation to the next generation are called as heritable traits. ఏదైతే క్యారెక్టర్స్ మన పేరెంట్స్ నుంచి బేబీస్కి వస్తాయో వాటిని heritable traits అంటాం. We have studied some of them in the P plant. Okay. Now they have given materials required here. It's like an activity. It's just like an activity. Just go through this. What activity they have done. Now next I'm going to tell you about parent to progeny. A person resembles his grandfather. A girl seems to be a photocopy of her aunt. A person, he may just look like his grandfather. Next, a girl may look like her auntie. Like వాళ్ళ father వాళ్ళ అక్కలాగా మేనత్త పోలికలతో ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. Such type of comments will be hearing. So these similarities are the results of inherited traits transmitted from parent to generation. సో మమ్మీ లాగా కాకుండా డాడీ లాగా కాకుండా డాడీ వాళ్ళ చెల్లి లాగా కూడా ఉంటారు కొంతమంది. సో అచ్చంగా మేనత్త పోలికలు ఉంటాయి కదా. సో దట్ మీన్స్ ద ట్రేట్స్ వేర్ ఇన్హెరిటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ పేరెంట్ టు ద ఆఫ్స్ప్రింగ్. According to Mendel's trait like the color of the seed coat, length of the stem, etc. were inheritable traits from parental generation. So, according to Mendel's experiment, what were the inherited traits? Every traits మనకి one generation to another generation pass అయ్యాయి. Like seed coat, length of the stem, color of the seed, shape of the seed. Now, transmission or passing of characters or traits are same from parent to the offspring is called heredity. Underline this, transmission of passing characters. Characters ni oka generation nunchi inko generation ki pass cheyadani manam heredity antam. Next, the process in which traits are passed from one generation to other generation is called inheritance. Ante like color, మనకి తాత కలర్ రావడం లేదా మమ్మీ కలర్ రావడం లేదంటే మేనమామ కలర్ రావడం. సో దిస్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్ the way the process is taking place, it is called as inheritance. Now how do these traits gets expressed? Characters ఎలా express అవుతాయి? Mendel hypothesized that each character or trait is expressed due to a pair of factors called alleles. So how these characters are passing from one generation to other generation ఎలా express చేస్తామంటే because there are a pair of factors which are called as alleles. Alleles అనేది present ఉన్నాయి మన chromosomes లో. Contrasting expressions of the same trait. As he named them, now we know that these are known as the genes. These are also called as the genes. Gene is a segment of nucleic acid called DNA. Where is the gene? What is gene in the sense? Segments of DNA combined together to form a gene, which is present in the nucleus of every cell. In the first class I said, first class itself I said cell. Inside the cell there is a nucleus, and this nucleus, in the nucleus you can see the DNA. It controls this DNA, this gene. This alleles, it controls the expression of trait or character. In virus, RNA can also be controlling the expression character. In virus, mostly here in DNA, yeah, like in human beings DNA, but whereas in the virus, RNA will be controlling the expression of the character. Like um, like your grandfather is having brown like blue eyes, and you may be having that blue eyes. So this blue eye allele from your grandfather, it has passed to your father, but your father that blue color eye was not expressed in your father, but still that allele is present in your father, that factor is present in your father. So um, this allele was not this allele was not expressive in your parent, but still when it come to you, from your father, that allele has passed to you and it was expressed in you. That's why you will be having the blue eyes. నీ తాతకు ఉంటుంది, డాడీకి ఉంటుంది, కానీ నీకు ఉంటుంది. How is it happen? డాడీకి లేకుండా తాత నీకు ఎలా వచ్చింది? That factor was, that allele was present in your father, but it was not expressive. ఓకే, మమ్మీ దగ్గర నుంచి వచ్చిన క్యారెక్టర్ డామినేట్ చేసి డాడీ దగ్గర నుంచి వచ్చిన క్యారెక్టర్ని రెసెసివ్ చేసేసింది అక్కడ. Okay, mother was having your grandmother was having brown eyes, your grandfather was having blue eyes, but here what happened in your father? Brown eye allele is dominant than the father's blue eye allele. That's why your father was not expressive with blue eye, he was expressive with brown eye. Now when it come to you, the um, from the males, the sperms will carry all these characters. Okay, so the sperms were able to carry the blue eye alleles that are present in your father. It was carrying that allele also, and still your mother is having the brown eye allele. Your the ovum that is present in your mother is also having the blue eye alleles. But here what is happening this time? The blue eyes alleles are dominating the brown eye allele. That's why you got the blue eye allele. So this is all happens because of the uh, like genes, because of the genes that are present in the chromosomes that are in the new DNA of the nucleus. Now next, do you know, in 1953 the detailed structure of DNA was finally worked out at Cambridge by Francis Crick and James Watson. These were the two persons who worked a lot on this DNA. They discovered that DNA molecules looks rather like a spiral staircase. Just you can see in the figure number 3, page number 177. It is like a zigzag way, is it not? Having a shape known as double helix. This shape they gave a name called double helix. The framework of staircase consists of alternate sugar and phosphate groups. So, what is present in this one? What is this double helix DNA is consist of? They are like molecules, and sugar and phosphate groups were there, and framework together are the pairs of chemical compounds called bases, and they are the bases. They are not acids. These molecules, like these molecules made up of the sugar and phosphates, are bases. They are adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. Watson and Crick were awarded Nobel Prize jointly with Franklin and Maurice Wilkins. So they got a Nobel Prize because they had a lot of hard work on this DNA structure. Now, so inside this DNA is made up of these sugar molecules as well as the phosphate molecules, adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. So these are present in our DNA. Traits are determined by the chemical natures of DNA, and a slight change in it leads to variation. How the traits are determined? How this character is determined? By the chemical nature of the DNA. Like color of the hair, skin, etc. are examples of trait. Slight inheritable changes in the chemical structure of DNA may lead to the change in the characteristic or trait of offspring or an organism, which leads to the variation. So this variation is there, no? Like from grandfather to father, it has not passed, but it has passed it to the granddaughter. This variation, why this happened? Because the inheritable changes in the DNA. Okay, this is all for today's children. Just go through the textbook. Once again, read the law of dominance, law of segregation, um, law of independent assortment. That is present in your textbook, I think, questions that you have to learn it. Okay, I'll send you the homework. So this is all for today. This is all for today, children. Thank you.